Okay, so I am taking another look at Gotham Knights because after installing the dual channel RAM for Hogwarts Legacy, I was actually very impressed with how well the game has run since installing. And it did make me question my previous grievances and frustrations with bigger games such as Gotham Knights. Like, if you've been around on the channel since Gotham Knights came out, if you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I do not think very highly of this game. I think it is very, like, right at this moment, without testing it with the dual channel, I think it is overpriced. They were way too ambitious on like graphics side, and they like rushed it to the point that it did not play well. It did not handle well, unless it seems as if you had a complete beast of a computer. And like, I'm pretty happy with my computer. I think my computer handles things pretty well. It is definitely not a cheap computer. It is definitely not some measly, regular PC tower. I have funneled a lot of money into this computer, and it still handled this game very poorly. But again, now that I've installed dual channel RAM to try and get Hogwarts Legacy to work, I now want to give Gotham Knights another shot and see if possibly by chance it will play better. Because if so, I would love to play this game. But I don't know. If it does end up being one of those things that the game plays a lot better, I will, take back and apologize for the negativity I've had towards the game. At the same time, however, I still do think, and this is even against Hogwarts Legacy, I still think it's ridiculous that the games are requiring for a good computer to require dual channel RAM in order to play them. Like, the games are getting more and more demanding, and not all of the systems can keep up with it. And unless you're made of money, it can be hard to constantly be upgrading your systems to be able to handle new generation games. And I mean, that's kind of a problem amongst everything. But I am quite upset about it. I do have my graphics still turned down very low. As you can tell, this looks awful. I don't remember any of my controls. I want to see how the bike handles. The bike was always kind of my like main test to see how things went. To see how the game was playing. Ooh, wrong thing. Wrong thing. Okay, hold on. I still don't know the controls. I will say it is handling pretty better, but again, this is all my settings are set to low. Bridge is doing well. So I might go like up the settings and see if it still handles. I need to go over here. Okay, this is handling very well. I'm very impressed. Not gonna lie. Now I'm gonna go like up my settings, see if this gets any better. Okay, so I just set them to high, not highest, but I just kind of did like a blanket. Like, you can select if you want it, like all of them set to low, medium, high, highest. They're all set to high. Oh, actually, let's see. I also had all of this turned off. It looks like it might have turned itself back on when I adjusted settings. This is handling a lot better. Not gonna lie. I don't like that bike does not handle like the Batmobile. It's very different. This is looking really good. we're not struggling as much. Maybe I should actually turn around and go fight. Is there somewhere back here I can fight? I don't remember what any of the controls are. How do I get off? Hold it. Forgot. Hi. I don't remember what my controls are, so I'm just kind of spamming stuff. The fighting's going pretty well. Ooh. Listen to me mash my buttons. Listen to me mash my buttons. Whew. I don't know if that got me. Ooh. Ooh! Okay. Okay. Before I get my butt handed to me. It is playing so much better. Oh my gosh. This is playing so much. Again, it's another game changer thing. Which makes me like feel really bad about how much I've dissed this game. Because now that I have the dual channel, it runs really well. But again, I do still kind of have a problem with the fact that I had to drop a bunch of money to get the dual channels for the computer, to be able for the computer to handle this game, for it to be able to handle Hogwarts Legacy. It does not sit well with me. I do not like that. I think that is just a very money hungry approach. And I don't think that developers always take that into account. Like, they're too busy focusing on, oh, well, it's got to be able to, you know, work on next-gen consoles. But, like, there's still a lot of stuff being made for, like, the previous generation of consoles. And I'm not even playing on a console. I'm on a PC. But they're so busy trying to make everything fit to the next gen that they're leaving the previous gen behind. And the previous gen is where, like, a lot of PCs, I feel like they're kind of like just you're more like, again, not your monster computers, but like your more generic, maybe a little nicer like gaming computers, like, which is where mine is. Just, it's not generic, it's just a, you know, maybe like the next level up or so. But like, it can't handle it. My computer could not handle this game, and I don't think that it's necessarily okay to already be requesting, like, this game is already really expensive. It's had numerous issues, it has had numerous faults. I have not seen a lot of good reviews of it. And it just, everything I was seeing about this game was all, oh, it does not run well, it does not play well, it is so laggy, it is so glitchy, it is so graphically demanding. And unfortunately, I think it's put like a very bad like, I know it's put a bad taste in my mouth. Like, even with it playing well now, I have that initial disliking of the game because the game didn't work on what my computer already had. So I don't really know, like, what else to say about it. But I'm glad that it works. It's now something I can once again put back into my roster of things to play. But at the same time, I'm still rather annoyed that it takes the dual channel. And honestly, I should be more upset with Hogwarts Legacy for this. Because Hogwarts Legacy is the same way. Hogwarts Legacy was also a very expensive game that needed me to, that was pretty, it wasn't, I feel like the thing with Hogwarts, I don't think it was as demanding. Like, it was still pretty demanding of the game, of my computer, but it still ran. I could still make it, like, it was okay. It was it was not how I wanted it to play, but it was still frustrating, but it was not as, I'm gonna pull all of my hair out and scream, that I experienced when I was playing this game. Like, this game, I really struggled with how poorly it played. All of my graphics were set to low. A majority of my graphics with Hogwarts were set to medium. I only had like a couple of things set to low, but they were all like at least in the medium. So I could still play, it could still run. It just didn't, not in the way that I wanted. This hardly ran like I felt like at all. Like it was just issue after issue after frame rate drop after screen freeze after, like, it was just thing after thing, and it totally pulled me. It was constantly pulling me out of the experience of the game. It was pulling me away from the game, pushing me away from it. I didn't want to play the game when it was acting like this. So I'm glad that we've come to a solution. I'm glad that I can add this game again back to the roster of things to play. But I am still frustrated that just games in general these days, I struggled with both of the Plague Tale games. Like Plague Tale Innocence was not nearly as bad as Requiem, but like Requiem was having issues. Like games coming out these days are unfair to anything that isn't next gen or top of the line. And if the creator, like if the developers of these games really knew their audience, they would know that a majority of their audience is not going to have, like, not everyone's going to have next gen, not everyone's going to have top of the line. And I wish there were more like big name games dropping that like were able to run on like the lower end things, previous generation graphics, again, basic, maybe a little nicer than basic level gaming computers. I just don't feel that it's fair to expect everyone to have top of the line or next gen, or to be able to sit there and drop, you know, buttload of money onto their on their PC to make it so they can run your game. So I don't know. I think I'm talking in circles. So I'm gonna, you know, leave it be, let it lie. Again, I am sorry for how much I've, you know, talked down on this game, but without, you know, starting again. I do have my reasons. I do feel bad, but at the same time, I do feel it is like my negativity was like kind of justified. So I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I do have my gaming channel. This is the gaming channel. I have my Sims channel and my Twitter, both linked down in the description below. If you'd like to check either of those things out, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.